Clutch player of the year is LeBron.
The Lakers and Knicks, to me, over the course of the year, it's not like one team's been drastically better than the other, and they're both the 3 seeds. I understand it's different conferences, but LeBron's clutch numbers and fourth quarter numbers say he deserves the award.
James inside. Maxi Kleber off the bench is 3-0. Offensive rebound, LeBron. Doing a shot. Offensive rebound, Hachimura. Here comes. Watch the 3 here. Step back by LeBron James against Gobert.
Clutch numbers are going to probably make Jalen Brunson win this award. That is in part because they do not have clutch numbers for defense in the clutch, where Jalen was lacking, obviously.
Clutch player. The award went to him. A chance for the lead here for the first time tonight. You can get a quick one right here. Brunson will make a move. The jitterbug to the rack, and he got it to go. 81% against Detroit.
Clutch player of the year is LeBron.
When it comes to postseason NBA basketball, one thing that separates the good from the great from the all-time great, is how you perform under pressure in the clutch in the closing moments. Do you want that big shot with the ball in your hands, or are you passive, you defer, and run from that moment? Looking at this year's postseason alone, there's been multiple games as well as series that have been won due to clutch time play. Case in point, someone like Jalen Brunson versus Detroit as well as Boston.
Game was tied at 105. Now the Pistons are up by 7. Brunson off the window. Working his way down low. Brunson off balance. How did he do it? Thompson digging in defensively. 8 seconds. Brunson stops on a dime. Launches. Oh yeah!
That's amazing.
Jalen Brunson in this year's playoffs by far has the most clutch player in the NBA. And what I think he kind of exposes pretty thoroughly is that the first 3 quarters, certain players, they can thrive, be highly effective, be a superstar. But very few players can thrive in the fourth quarter and thrive in clutch time. Luckily for Knicks fans, Jalen Brunson, he's one of those guys. Now, looking at Jalen Brunson to play the way he's covered, you'd think playing in New York in a big market for the Knicks, he'd get overblown, overhyped, and be really overrated. In all reality, it's the exact opposite.
Clutch player of the year is LeBron.
Clutch time in the league is 5 minutes, 5 points, or 5 minutes or less, 5 points.
Minutes, yeah,
but
within 5 points.
But clutch player of the year is not exclusively how you did in clutch time.
You serious?
Clutch numbers are going to probably make Jalen Brunson win this award. That is in part because they do not have clutch numbers for defense in the clutch, where Jalen was lacking, obviously.
So that right there is another Nick Wright take, aging very, very poorly. And looking at Nick's graphics, just super deceptive. Brunson, that one graphic, isn't even listed. And of course, why is that? Nick Wright has to cherry pick stats, maneuver the stats, to fit his own narrative. When someone like Brunson very clearly is one of the most clutch players in the NBA, and more clutch than LeBron James. As looking at the actual numbers comparing the two, it's really not close. Clutch time scoring Jalen Brunson, 5.6 points per game, double LeBron James. From the field, both above 50%, and with clutch time assist, Brunson ranks second. Now that right there is the regular season. The numbers are still valuable, but to be a clutch time player, all-time great clutch player, what you have to do is come through in the postseason. And looking at Brunson, he's done that and more. This year's playoffs clutch time scoring, first. Assist, 18th. Field goal percentage, 50% higher than LeBron James. And plus minus, the exact opposite, plus 4.4 compared to minus 4.4 for LeBron James.
My God, what is that smell?
For someone like Nick Wright, who loves advanced stats, loves the numbers, surprising these numbers haven't been brought up. And of course, why is that? The media picks certain players to uplift, boost their narrative for, and other guys to kind of ignore, push to the side. For someone like Brunson, despite playing in New York in a big-time market, he's highly underrated, undervalued, and quite frankly, slept on. And once again, looking at big-time clutch moments, the final 5 minutes of a game, Brunson in both his series has come through time and time again. LeBron James, the exact opposite.
Keep his balance in the corner. Brunson, 3. and a fantastic defender in Holiday. Now the switch. Brunson at 3. Oh! But the Knicks by 3 after trailing by 20. And he can also draw a foul. That's a 3. Got it up. Bring another player over. The spin off Holiday. Inside he goes. Outside Anunoby 3.
Clutch player of the year is LeBron.
So stopping Brunson's clutch time play right there, it once again proves certain players rise to the moment, other guys fall short. And for someone like Brunson playing against Tatum, the ultimate contrast of rising to the moment and faltering under the pressure, as Brunson in the series has really made every big time play, big time shot, even big time assist. And I know some fans like Nick Wright will say, well, you know, the first quarter through third quarter, it matters equally as much. I understand what you're trying to say, that, you know, every basket's equal, every play is equal, but it's just not true. The fourth quarter, the final 5 minutes, is much, much different than the first quarter and the first 5 minutes. And having someone like Brunson, who can create a shot late in games, create for others, compared to someone like Tatum, who really can't get his own shot, that one lone skill is invaluable come playoff time. And taking a more broad scope, looking at fourth quarter play, of course Brunson versus Boston, kind of the spearhead of both those comebacks. But for the entire playoffs, just like clutch time scoring, he's been fantastic and the best player in 2025. Fourth quarter points per game, 10.8, that ranks first. Fourth quarter assist, 1.5, that ranks 11th. From the field, 50.8% shooting, impressive, but more impressive as a guard. From 3, 41%, and his plus-minus, plus 37, the 7th highest of the postseason. If Brunson and the Knicks pulled a Jason Tatum and LeBron James this year's playoffs, they could have been out in the first round in 5 games versus the Pistons, but in large part due to Brunson, they're in the second round up 2-0 in firm control of the series. And look, this Knicks team, they're a talented team. Karl Towns is fantastic. OG and McHale are great defensive wings. What I keep coming back to is their fourth quarter play. Look at their ranks in this year's playoffs. Points per game, 2nd. Field goal percentage, 3rd. 3-point percentage, also 3rd. And plus-minus, 3rd. At the end of the day, the Knicks being that great in the fourth quarters, that's why they're up 2-0 on Boston and why they beat Detroit. His clutch time play is that important. So that right there is the end of the video. My overall point is pretty simple. When it comes to NBA playoffs, there's a ton of factors, things that matter. Great team defense, communication, chemistry, all those things matter. When it gets down to it, what matters the most is great play in the clutch. Someone like Brunson's clear-cut proof, when you have a clutch time killer or go-get in the fourth quarter, they can win you games, win you series, of that trait alone. For guys like Tatum and LeBron this postseason, them not coming through in the clutch cost their team over and over again. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.